This is what yet another day without a ceasefire looks like inside Gaza. Journalists running from their tented workspace outside the Al-Aqsa hospital in Deir al-Balah to their latest story, the latest horror, just steps away. An Israeli strike on the encampment, killing 2 people, injuring others, journalists among them. Last month, this same compound was engulfed in flames after an Israeli strike, people seen burning to death. It doesn't take long for the same place in this benighted strip of territory to be hit yet again.
We came to stay here after being displaced. They told us to head south. We came south. This is the 8th airstrike on Al-Aqsa Hospital. We are not safe day or night. I, myself, survived a fire 3 weeks ago. What can I tell you?
Throughout this war, attempts at negotiation, however stuttering, however real, have had 2 main conduits, Egypt and Qatar. Now the Qataris reportedly suspending their mediation efforts, saying neither Israel nor Hamas is willing to talk in good faith. In August, Doha held the funeral for the assassinated Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. For more than a decade, Qatar has hosted Hamas's political leadership, initially it said at the behest of the Obama administration. Now, in the dying days of the Biden White House, the US said to have ordered Hamas be thrown out by their Middle Eastern partner.
We won't stop working until all the hostages come home and a ceasefire is reached.
More than once in recent months, America has talked up the prospect of a deal, just the hardest 10% left to agree, the repeated refrain. But while the US has blamed Hamas for changing its demands, Israel's Prime Minister also held responsible, especially by hostage families at home, for blocking progress. Not least with his insistence on keeping Israeli troops in a buffer zone on Gaza's border with Egypt. Qatar says it will take some time to expel Hamas. Turkey and Iran viewed as the most likely destinations, but where next for ceasefire talks? Donald Trump has told Benjamin Netanyahu he wants the war over before he takes office, but over on Israel's terms. That will do little to ease the daily pain cycling through Gaza's hospitals. A year and a month of this now, the misery somehow finding new ways to compound. This was Gaza City today, after 2 strikes on schools that killed 14 people. In the courtyard outside, what's become, for those living this and those watching from afar, jarringly familiar. Bodies lined up, grief at once communal and personal. No one is left. My mother, this woman says. The whole world is gone. So much of Gaza is gone, so many. How much, how many more before this war is brought to an end?